All right. Afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here with us today on our final home game until October 16th. It'll be a couple of weeks until we're back here, obviously. Following Coach Fitz, we will have Brandon Joseph, Chris Bergen, Evan Hull, and quarterback Ryan Helinski up here as quickly as we can get them. We'll obviously start with an opening statement from the head coach and then open it up for questions. We do not have microphones to pass around, so just keep an eye on me, kind of get my attention if you'd like to ask a question, and I'll moderate from over here. All right? Coach?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. All right, thanks everybody for being here this afternoon. Sorry for the voice. I apologize in advance, so I'll do the best I can. Apologize. But first of all, I want to, obviously, a huge amount of gratitude, thanks for the amazing generosity, support, faith, and commitment from the Ryan family here this week. It's been an amazing run that they've had of giving to the holistic approach of their giving here at Northwestern, and impact our students, our faculty, our staff, the Evanston community, and then obviously our football program. We're incredibly grateful. I don't think I could put into words exactly how I think everyone that's ever put on the purple and white could ever express or say to Shirley and to Pat and to Corb and to Rob and to Pat Jr. And their families. You know, their generosity is unmatched and unparalleled in our university's history, and really, quite frankly, you know, the philanthropy in Chicago and throughout their giving is just made a huge impact on so many lives. So, you know, from the bottom of our heart as a football program, we're incredibly thankful. We're obviously incredibly excited, and you know, look forward to working through that process. I'd also like to say a special mention to our students that were in the building today. Give me a couple weeks, we'll be back. I hope they have some good, clean American fun tonight. It was great to see them. We felt them, and we play for them. So I challenged them a little bit last week, and they showed up, so I appreciate it. And, you know, I hope they can continue to have fun and support us. And then last, you know, we had Coach Shakir, MD, today, and we had a couple of our very special fans here with us. And I got a chance to see them right before the second half kickoff, along with our special spectators. And, you know, I'm just really proud of our guys. I'm proud of our program and athletic department, how we continually try to make a difference in young people's lives and in the community as a whole. So just a really, I think, all-around great day and a great week for our football program, and a great response by our team today. I thought we started the way we wanted to, carrying over the momentum from, you know, the second half down in Durham last week. I thought for the most part, outside of a couple of plays, we really took care of the football very well, which is something that we obviously emphasize all the time, but we're able to do that today. And then, you know, the ability to run the football, and I thought Evan, you know, was outstanding, playing behind our offensive line that played really physical. So tons of things to clean up before we get back into Big Ten play. But nonetheless, a great team win, and I'm really proud of the way the guys responded. So with that, I'll answer any and all questions you have.
So what kind of went into Ryan getting the starting nod this week, whether practice or the last game, and how did you evaluate his performance today?
Well, we've got, you know, I said after the game, we got to take care of the football better, and we just felt like it was the right time to make a change. And you know, I'm really proud of Hunter. He's overcome a ton, and he's going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to try to help him, you know, stay ready to play if his number gets called. But you know, we thought Ryan last week played pretty well, came in and gave us a spark after Andrew went down, and you know, I thought he played pretty well. He took care of the football. He had one mental error that almost cost us, but he'll learn from that, and he'll be better as he moves forward. So just, you know, proud of the way he played in his first real start. So, you know, really good job.
And did you feel like he solidified the starting role going forward, or how do you think maybe going into Big Ten play?
Well, I wouldn't tell you anyways, but yeah, he's our starter right now. But thanks for the question.
Coach, 2 weeks ago you kind of had like a similar game against Indiana State, in which on paper most people saw you guys as a more talented team. You came in, you got up early, held on to the lead throughout the rest of the game. A lot of good plays on the ground. What is, like, has this team, you think, gotten better since then, or was it just another similar type game? Like, what's different about this one, where a lot of people might have been happy after the Indiana State game with some improvement, but then didn't play the same way against Duke?
Yeah.
How is it different going to Big Ten play?
Well, I can't control what people think, so I really don't concern myself too much with that. But you know, we're just trying to improve and get better. You know, I've been down this road before, you know, and you just got to take that improvement mentality and try to get 1% better every rep in practice. We're playing as many guys as I've ever played, and we have to. And our hope is as time goes on throughout this year, we start to get more consistency in play. And so that's what our goal is as a coaching staff. That's what we're going to work and be tireless with. And, as long as we take care of the ball and take it away, we give ourselves an opportunity to win every game. And it's typically been our recipe for success.
Coach Evan Hall, you mentioned after the Michigan State game that you've been battling injury in camp. Since then, he kind of got off to a slow start, but since then he's sort of found his foothold in the offense. How would you assess performance like today as a confidence booster for him? And for
No. I mean, I think Evan's tough. I think he's gritty. I think he's a guy that just embraces being the feature back. And, his work ethic is incredible. I mean, he's a guy that's one of the first in the building, one of the last to leave. He loves the ball in his hand, but is a really good route runner. He's tough in protection. He's a complete back. And, we were really excited with him and Cam, going into the season. And now, obviously, situations change, and it's his show. And, I think Trey and I think Drew are complimenting him well, and to get everybody involved in the backfield here today was fun. But, I think he's playing at a really high level, and we're going to need him. I think, if he continues on this path, he puts himself in the conversation of being an all Big Ten level back. And that's what we thought would happen in recruiting as he developed. And, obviously now the heavy lifting comes as we start playing Big Ten defenses.
So you were able to get the defense was able to get its first 2 interceptions of the season. There was also a forced fumble. So with that increased turnover rate, what do you feel like you saw from your defense, and how do you feel like you've improved?
Yeah, I thought we communicated better. I thought we executed what the calls were at a higher level today. And until about, I think, Series 6, I thought we tackled better. And then Series 6, all of a sudden we reverted to this ugly defense that we've played at times, where we're reaching and not running our feet, not wrapping up, not getting more population to the football with effort. So we've got to eradicate that from our game, and really until the last drive. So there was the last drive with a lot of young guys in, and then I think it was the 5th or 6th drive that we gave up some yards. I was really pleased with the performance. And usually, like the old saying, when it rains, it pours. When you turn it over, it can turn over in bunches, and when you create turnovers, it can be created in bunches. So it's great to get back to kind of our winning formula today.
What do you think of the performance of your offensive line, especially without Sam in there today?
Well, I think that's a big miss. When you don't have your captain center in the game, I think it's a big hole. And I think Charlie really stepped up. And he'll be better as he moves forward, kind of more back to his natural position at center. And so I was really proud of the way he put the work in for what the center has to do to get ready for a game. And I thought Ohio did a really good job going into it from a balance standpoint. They were kind of a third this, a third that, a third, they had a really good balance and mixed things up well. And then, we just kind of made a decision that we wanted to run the ball today. And, I thought our offensive line at times was dominant. And at times, we're going to probably look at some things with our eyes, with our targets, with our fundamentals that we can be better at. But, you go, run the way we did today, gives me obviously excitement for the future.
Despite missing Sam Miller on the defensive line, they succeeded at the line of scrimmage. Outside of the last play, they mostly kept Ohio's rushing attack in check. Can you speak about the performance of the D-line today, what that has you excited for going forward into Big Ten play? Yeah, we played a lot of guys here the first 4 weeks, and so we're hoping that's going to pay dividends. I thought we were pretty solid. We were beyond the quarterback a couple times. We let him get out for contain. We do that next week, we're in deep trouble. So there's a lot of things we're going to have to shore up before we get to Lincoln. But our rush lanes and things of that nature. But from a standpoint of stopping the run outside the last play, I thought we did a really good job today.
Got time for 2 more.
In the red zone today, there was a strong stretch towards the end, but there was also a stretch where you were inside the Ohio 15 4 times and only came away with 6 points. How are you looking to improve the red zone offense going into the
Man, you guys are so positive today. It is awesome. Well, number one, score. Come on, right? We can't have a false start penalty on the 1 yard line, and then we can't miss a field goal, right? It's like common sense stuff there. And so we've just got to execute cleaner. And then it looked like we missed some cuts. And from my vantage point, again, I didn't see it. I'll see it on tape. And then we missed some targets, where we've got calls and we're not targeting people the right way. So we just got to coach it better. We got to execute better and can't turn it over down in the scoring zone either, obviously. We've done that too much this year.
Last one here, Chris.
Why did you decide to go for 2 up 26-0 in the fourth quarter?
You know, the chart says go for 2. You're up 4 scores. There was, 9 minutes left?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the high school game a couple weeks ago when a team scored 3 scores in a minute?
That makes sense.
Does that answer your question?
That's a good answer.
Okay, there we go. I mean, trust me, I'm a run it up the score guy. That's what I'm all about. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you play with dignity. I think you play with class, and I think you show your opponent respect. And I think Ohio's got an outstanding program, and I'd be remiss without mentioning my good friend Frank Solich. I've got great respect for Frank. We've been on the American Football Coaches Association Board of Trustees for a number of years, and Coach Alvin's a great coach, and he'll get this thing turned around. It's a great staff. But I hope Frank's health is well. He's one of the great coaches in college football, and I'm honored to call him one of my friends. So I hope he's doing well, and I hope his family's doing well. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see you in Lincoln. Go Cats.
All right, we'll go right into question for Brandon.
Brendan, can you speak about the secondary, the first 2 picks of the season, and also kind of going off that, you having 6 picks last year, getting your first of the season this year? What was that like? What was some of the big kind of getting you excited about the rest of the season?
Yeah, it feels great. It's the standard that we set for ourselves is to create turnovers. So for us to not have an interception in those first 3 games, that wasn't up to our standards. So we're starting to get back into it, starting to get back into what the Sky team really is with these first 2 interceptions of the year.
So first series of the game, OU drives down a little bit. Again, the field goal range, they try a field goal and miss it. Yes, how big was it for the defense? How much of a confidence booster was it to get a stop right there in the first series of the game?
Yeah, it's huge. The first drive of the game is one of the biggest ones, getting our momentum, getting our confidence rolling throughout the whole game. So that first drive stop was huge. I mean, we realized they was in the tight zone, red zone, so we were trying to hold them to a field goal. And for them to be able to, for them to miss that, and that just got our confidence rolling and got us rolling into that game. So it was a big play.
Yeah, Brandon, last year, obviously, what most people know you for was like all the interceptions you had, a lot of big plays like that. You got your first one today. Just more like the emotions that like having another big play like that your first of the season with that interception.
It feels great. It's a big relief taken off my back. It's like, where have my interceptions been? But now I can just go out there and go play again. It feels great to create turnovers in general and help my offense, help my team out. Being able to get them the ball in that area it's huge for the game. It's huge for momentum. So I'm doing whatever we can. Our defense is doing whatever we can to help the team win. So creating turnovers is one of those things, and for me to finally do it this year, it feels great.
And what do you see as the biggest difference in the defense as a whole this week compared to last?
I think we played better as a team this week. Trying to look at the yards. But in terms of being out there and how we felt, I feel like we put all the things together. We had a shutout up to the last play. So, I mean, that's what we work for as a D. That's our goal. Our goal was to start fast because the 2 games that we lost, we didn't get to the start we wanted. So there was a huge emphasis on starting fast this week. And then for us to start fast the way we did, 0 points first quarter, 0 points first half, it then became finish. And so for us to finish the way we did up to that last play, it felt great as a team defense.
Anything else for Brandon? Awesome.
Appreciate y'all.
Questions for Chris?
How important is improving the tackling today? Coach Fitzgerald said that tackling is something that we can improve during the game. It looked like it got a whole lot better
I think my takeaway from the game is that we played far from our best in the tackling game, and we have a lot of improvement to do in that area, and we're going to do that through our practice and our preparation, and we're going to be a lot better next week.
You guys did a much better job of stopping the run in this game. What do you feel like helped you guys be able to do that and limit those rushing yards? Obviously, until that very last play.
Just playing team defense finally. Our coaches put us in the best position possible every week, and they did a great job in their game plan this week preparing us for this Ohio offense. Credit to them. Their backs ran really hard, and so did their quarterback. And I just think we improved 1 week, and that's what we're going to continue to do going forward.
Chris, you spoke after the Duke game about not only doing your part, but this team is kind of shifting the narrative and trying to get back to the ways to do it in Indiana State. Can you speak about what preparation was like this week and how you feel it manifested today on the field?
This would be crazy to hear, but it's nothing different than anything we've done in my entire career here. And we just keep preaching, get 1 week better, and that's what we did. That's what we're going to continue to do, and that's why we got the result we want today, and then hopefully the result we want next week.
Chris, obviously you've played a lot of games here at this field. The way the schedule's kind of shaking out, there's only 3 more games here at Ryan Field the rest of the year. I know you don't want to talk about it or not, but like only a few games left here. Like kind of any emotions going through that? I think you only have so many more times left here.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. That's not something that's even crossed my mind because we take one week at a time. But those emotions will hit like a wave when that time comes. But until then, I'm going to try not to think about it because that'll be really sad.
What is a performance like today? You had a shutout for the last play of the game. What kind of confidence does that give you heading into Big Ten West play next week?
It just shows us the defense we can be and the defense that we are. And that type of preparation that we put in this week should show the guys that continue to get better and keep practicing the way we are, that we can be the defense we want to be. And no, we have not been the defense we want to be so far, but we took a step in the right direction today, and I can even promise you we'll be an even better defense next week.
Chris, you getting the first interception for the defense last week against you, seeing the secondary rack up their first 2 of the season, kind of what was that like to see from you as one of the defense's leaders, and how do you think kind of this performance is going to help the defense as a whole going into Big Ten play?
Like we just talked about, confidence, and that's everything in this game, and just kind of owning your confidence, what Coach O'Neill talks about. And it was great seeing B. Joe and Bryce get on the board, and I think that's kind of our mantra, and that's our edge, as you see in Big Ten play, getting takeaways, forcing turnovers, and that's something we got to continue to get better at as the season goes on.
Anything else for Chris?
Thanks, guys.
Questions for Adam? Ryan was looking at various points in the first half. I guess when he is dialed in and completing some passes, what does that do for your running game's kind of offensive balance?
Right, it goes hand in hand. When Ryan makes plays, the running backs make plays too, because then that's when the defense starts playing behind, playing back. You might start getting less guys in the box, and then that just opens up the run game completely. So, it goes hand in hand for sure.
When was the last time you had a 90-yard run? And were you running out of gas? Like, do you check yourself in the big screen while you're running?
I wasn't able to look at myself in the big screen, but I was definitely looking back to see who was coming behind me. But I don't think ever in my career, I don't think I've had a 90-yard touchdown. I said I don't think ever in my career I've had a 90-yard touchdown.
Evan, obviously you've had a pretty good start to the season, a lot of big performances. What do you think you improved on the most in this offseason to help you get ready for this, like this opportunity?
So you said, look, what did I improve on the most? Absolutely. I think just gaining confidence. Trusting my training. Running through contact was a huge thing that Coach Lou put me through, and he wanted me to focus on getting my legs stronger so that I can run through contact and I can keep running. And just trusting God really.
Evan, your performance is focused on the running game, but Evan is higher, scoring his first touchdown, and he's ripping off some big run like that 32-yarder. You talked earlier in the offseason just about the attributes that the 3 of you bring in. What did you see today with all 3 of you getting carried like you did, and what do you think kind of this rushing attack can do going forward?
I see them all gaining confidence, and I love that. And so, like, we're going to keep it rolling for sure. I was really proud of Trey to get in the end zone, and I can see him getting his confidence. You know, he's a freshman, so, I mean, he's gonna keep growing and growing every single week. So, and AC, you know, he's going to keep doing his thing too. He's going to keep running through contact and making big plays, and that just makes it easier on all of us. So we can just keep rolling guys, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to keep doing good things.
On that 90-yarder, is there a point where you're like, oh man, there's nobody around me, or are you just keeping going at that point?
Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision, definitely. And towards the end, it's like, I just made up in my mind, like, no matter what happens, I got to get in this end zone.
Anything else for Evan?
Thank you, man.
Questions for Ryan?
Hey Ryan, how do you feel like being able to kind of put together some of those drives that do you feel like that gave you a runway going into this first start? How did that kind of build up?
Yeah, I think Coach Jake had a great game plan for us. I think a lot of the guys put in trust. You know, it's hard coming off of a game like last week and coming in and believing and trusting in the system. But our guys are just like that. You know, they trust, they believe. So it's easy when you've got guys around you that do that to put those drives together. So, yeah, to answer your question, that definitely helped me.
And what did you kind of see from this running game, being able to get those big plays so early?
Yeah, having a guy like Evan, having a guy like Andrew, having a guy like Trey, and even the guys that came in towards the end of the game, and Coach Lou, having those guys on your team, it helps. It's going to open play action. It's going to open a lot of things, and it gives me confidence throwing the ball too to do my part. So it's definitely nice having them on our side of the ball.
A lot of people were wondering who was going to be the starting quarterback for you guys this week. When did you know that the coaches had picked you as that guy?
Yeah, it just really told me to go in through the week and compete like I'm going to be the starter, just like the plan that we had going into camp. Me and Hunter, you know, we got reps all week. We competed with each other. We pushed each other, and I think we've got a great relationship that allows us to have competition and have fun at the same time. And I think that's what the team needs right now. But once I knew I got the start, it was go time from there, and I never looked back.
Every one of your passes except for one went to the starting receiver, receiving trio, Stefan, Malik, and Bryce. Can you talk about your work with them this week that manifested into today's performance?
Yeah, I don't think it just was this week of our work. You know, it comes back to when I got here in March. It comes back to spring ball. It comes back to summer workouts. It comes back to staying late nights at 8 o'clock. It comes back to fall camp, and now, of course, leading into a game, working with them. They said they believed in me back then, and they still say they believe in me now. So it's good to have those guys' trust. It's good to have the connection with those guys. It's good to have a relationship too. You know, we always go get some food after games or after practice. So just having those three on my side, it gives me confidence to go out there and do what I do.
From transferring and then the Simi Valley to start the season and then Hunter starting, how did you stay motivated throughout that whole progression?
I think the thing is for me, I've been in this position before. My freshman year, of course, Jake was a starter, a 4-year starter, broke his foot against North Carolina, and an opportunity presented itself for me. So looking back and really just looking at college football in general, you know, there's always backup quarterbacks that are thrust into the role, and some crack under the pressure and some rise to the occasion. And I wanted to be one of those that rises to the occasion. So it was easy to stay motivated too when you have a team like this, guys that just play for one another. Every person in this program matters. And it's something that Coach Fitch always preaches. You know, you'd never know when your opportunity is going to come, but whatever role you have, you better assume that role and do it to the best of your ability. So that's what I did this week, and that's what I've been doing up until this moment.
What did you think of your performance today, and what was like your biggest learning coming out of the game?
Yeah, I think just I'll go with the learning first because that's just how I am. Take the easy ones. You know, there's completions there that are easy, and I get a little excited sometimes, of course, to get those completions. So I just got to calm down, play football. It's the same thing I've been doing since I was 5 years old and get those completions. And then I think my performance, of course, the only thing that matters to me is the dub, that W on our schedule. And of course, you might want to have more attempts, you might want to have more yards, but at the end of the day, you can't look at individual stats. You just got to look at your team stuff as a quarterback. If you win the game, that's all that matters to me. So I'm happy if that satisfies it.
For the offense as a whole, where do you think that personally you guys are at right now? Like, is it good enough for entering Big Ten play? And what are the things you think you might still need to fine tune heading into those games?
Yeah, I think we can improve so much, and I think it won't stop. Even if we get to the end of the season, we're not going to be perfect, but we're going to be damn near perfect because we're going to keep working at it. And I think the offense definitely showed some improvement from last week. Of course, guys playing their butts off no matter what the situation is, but there's definitely some things we can clean up in our offense that'll make us really, really good, and I'm excited to see it.
Ryan, you're going to Nebraska next week. You've kind of played in some very intimidating environments, but it's a bit of a different environment than what the team encountered at Lost Wade last week.
Mm-hmm.
Provided you're the starter, what are you kind of saying to your offense to start preparing you for that environment, given that you kind of played in some of these big, raucous stadiums before?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think the guys are going to be excited to play in an environment like that. I think it might give them a little bit of an edge, a little bit of more excitement to play. Of course, this stadium is amazing. Ryan Field is awesome. I'm excited to see the new one coming up. But I think that environment, I think we just got to keep within ourselves and do what we've been doing and improving each play, one play at a time. And I think we're really excited to go into Nebraska and play. But just no moment is too big for us. So I think that's what I'll tell them.
Is your family here today, and if so, how important is that for you?
Yeah, my family's here today, brother, mom, and dad, and they have not missed a game, I want to say since Pop Warner days. So it's always good to have them. And, being a backup sometimes, it hurts to have your family come to games and see them in the stands and, them hurting for you, wanting you to play, of course. But I'm thankful that I got to play for them. I'm thankful for them, for my brother, and for my parents. Those guys are just one of a kind, and I'm very thankful for them. So,
Ryan, you talked earlier about the rapport with your wide receivers, how they believed in you then, they still believe in you now. Kind of after today, going into the locker room, what do you think this performance, what do you think it sends to lead those other guys in the locker room and kind of that you feel you can win on this level?
Yeah, a lot of the guys came up to me before the game, during the game, after the game, keep saying and reiterating that they believe in me, that they trust me. And that speaks volumes. In this program, you earn everything. And I feel like I've earned their trust. I feel like I've earned their confidence in me. I feel like I've earned Coach Fitz's confidence, and I'm going to keep improving that relationship with him and Coach Jake. But just having this type of performance and just keeping within myself and just trusting those guys and loving those guys. I mean, I'm really close with a lot of those guys. So it helps me, of course, going into next week and going into the rest of the season.
Anything else for Ryan?
Cool. Thank you, guys.